I meet the most interesting people right here on Lower Duval Street in downtown Key West. It's no lie. I sit here every night and I introduce the world to the rock stars, the heroes, and the gods. And tonight I've got a young man sitting here with me that wants to tell me a story or two.
Everybody wants to sit with Kit.
My name is Bobby Gagliard. I live in Boston, Massachusetts. I'm a pretty cool dude.
Pretty cool dude.
I come down here like, once a month and hang around.
Bobby,
And,
what's your last name? Tell me that last name.
Gagliard.
Huh?
Gagliard.
Gagliard.
Bobby Gagliard from
Yay.
Boston, Massachusetts.
So what is Bobby's claim to
And
fame?
you know what I do? I walk around, I have a few beers.
Yeah?
I act cool. I used to be cooler when I was younger, but now
you're still
I'm
cool.
older. But
You're still cool. It's all right. So, Bobby, what's your
Jimmy
claim?
Buffett was one of my biggest people in my whole entire life. I'll be honest with you about that.
Influenced your
I
life?
love the guy.
Yeah.
I loved him. I was a big fan.
He was a
I was
monster.
a Grateful Dead head too.
Well,
But, at
they
the
both
same time,
they both were very cultural icons.
cultural icons.
Yeah, they
And
were.
you know what? Jerry Garcia was a great man.
Yeah,
And so was Jimmy.
both of them. One's got an
And
ice cream
I
named
met
after him.
Jimmy 4 times down
Jimmy,
here.
yeah,
And
nice.
when I saw him, he was cool.
Jimmy was cool. I had no problems with Jimmy.
I spoke with him 4 times, and he was totally a gentleman.
The only problem I have with Jimmy is he left us a little too soon. But that's just me being selfish. I just wish he would have been here another 10 years.
I agree with you 100%. But
That was bad. So, Bobby.
I wanted the thing to go on one more year.
Yeah, at least one more year.
The last time I saw Jimmy was February 11th,
February 11th?
2023.
Almost a year ago. Was that when he played down here?
He walked up from his boat,
Yeah?
and he was coming cruising along, and he saw us, and we saw him, and we all smiled.
Yeah.
He knew that we knew him.
Yep.
You know what he said? He goes, "What are you guys doing tonight?"
Yeah.
And one of the guys in the group said, he goes, "We're going to the Jimmy Buffett concert." And he goes, "What a coincidence." So am I.
What a course. Yeah, well, it's a
And
good
that's
thing he
no
showed
bullshit.
up. No, I believe
And then he
it.
laughed and he walked away.
Yep. He was very personable.
And so
Yeah.
that's my Jimmy Buffett
That's
story.
your Jimmy Buffett story?
Yeah.
So, when was the first time you ever heard Jimmy Buffett? You remember the first time you heard a Buffett song?
Oh, when I was a kid.
What was it? Come Monday?
Yeah.
Or
when I was a
Margaritaville?
kid. I used to be cool when I was younger. And
Bobby,
I'm not that
you're
cool.
still cool. So let me ask you, you keep saying you used to be cool. What did you used to do?
I used to go to the Grateful Dead. The
Used to
Grateful
follow-
Dead was the biggest thing that ever went.
Well, that was pretty big,
The
yeah.
Grateful Dead is actually the best band that ever existed in
Yeah,
the
you think
United
so?
States. Absolutely, and there's no question about it.
Wow, yeah. How many times did you see the Dead?
32.
32?
32 times.
You might be classified as a deadhead.
Yeah. Hey,
So-
sure, Jerry.
Yeah. You know what? I never ever saw the Grateful Dead.
And another thing about the Jimmy Buffett
Never saw
Grateful Dead connection is Jimmy Buffett loved the Grateful Dead.
Oh yeah?
He actually
Well, I don't
did.
doubt it.
Yeah.
Grateful Dead was, they were transformative. They changed a lot of the music scene. The jam band and the whole. I don't know if they revolutionized the whole concept of festivals, but they certainly brought in a lot of people, and they would go out and trip out in the middle of nowhere and listen to Grateful Dead for hours on end. It was cool. That was always a cool thing.
Well, the Grateful Dead was a band. You loved them or you didn't love them or whatever. But
That is true.
there's a story with the Grateful Dead.
That's
you go
true.
to the concert and they play a song like Eyes of the World.
Yeah.
2 hours later, they're still playing.
Yeah,
Eyes of the World.
there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, who the hell does that?
Your set list is only 2 songs long. It's going to be 4 hours.
They play Eyes of the World for 4
Hey,
hours.
why not? The
If
crowd
you're a
didn't seem.
deadhead, you're like, yeah,
Hey,
whatever.
the crowd didn't seem to mind, did they?
You gotta run with it. You gotta run with it.
The audience loved that. They went right there with it, dancing for 2 hours.
That's my whole story of
That's
my
your whole.
life.
Are you
and,
sticking with it,
I appreciate being on TV with
Bobby?
you guys.
Before we get too, you're from Boston, Mass.
Boston, Massachusetts.
You grew up there your whole life.
Yes.
And then you come down here once a month and hang out.
Hang out once a month.
That's awesome. So let me just ask a couple of personal questions. What do you do in Boston? What did you do?
I own a demolition company.
You demo stuff, like tear down buildings. Like if somebody wants a building raised, you go in there and.
And I don't want to brag, but it's very successful.
I bet it is.
Very successful.
Well, so do you use explosives,
No.
or do you go in there and take it apart?
We do HVAC demolition.
Okay.
So we tear out boilers and heating systems.
Yeah.
And when I started this thing, I just wanted to make a few bucks. But it turned out that it got, like,
There was a need
I don't
for
want to
it.
brag, but
You
it's
can.
wildly successful.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about it, though, Bobby. It's something that's so that you don't think of as being a multi-million-dollar business, but it turns out to be. And who knew it when you started?
And it's not a multi-million-dollar business. It makes like.
But
Here's a story.
But over
when
the-
I shit the bed, my daughter will inherit well north of a couple $1 million.
yeah, absolutely. And how many years have you been doing it?
30 years.
You've made multi-millions in 30 years.
I've done well.
You've done
And I
well,
don't want to
man.
brag about it.
Hey,
know
can I
I'm
brag
bragging
for
about
you for a minute? You're a success story, and you're homegrown. Boston boy does good.
Yeah.
You did it yourself, and you made it.
And my daughter.
Congratulations.
My daughter will get $2 million.
And good for her. And I hope her boyfriend or her girlfriend
What the
appreciates
hell
her.
is she gonna do with it?
Have a good damn. Follow the dead.
Follow the Grateful Dead around, right?
Thanks, Dad. We're gonna follow some.
Hey, thank you guys for having me
Who
on
knows,
TV.
Justin Bieber.
I appreciate
Hey, so
it.
before you run away, I got one more question for you. Can I ask you one more question?
Yeah.
If you were a pizza, what kind of pizza would you be?
Yeah, what's this place?
Well, what kind of pizza would you be, Bobby? I don't know.
I like only wood.
You like only wood?
Only
Well,
wood.
that's a name of a pizza. But if you're going to get a pizza, what kind of pizza would it be?
The blue.
Oh yeah, they have a specialty that you like, a blue cheese something.
No, they got like that.
What is it?
It's with the one with the fucking
I don't know.
the blue marlin. You know.
The blue marlin.
Blue Marlin?
I'm not sure because I don't.
What kind of pepperoni sauce?
I don't know. No, he likes it. He likes it special.
I don't have an answer, and I'm sorry to embarrass.
That's quite no.
It's not.
No, most people immediately know what kind of pizza they like or what they would be, and that you don't have to have an answer for everything.
I don't have an answer for everything.
That's quite all right.
Good answer.
You've got an answer for that. You don't have an answer, and that's fine. So before he leaves, I just would like to say thank you, Bobby, for sitting and talking to us for a few minutes. Remind everybody to subscribe to the channel, Sit with Kit. On behalf of myself and staff, I thank you for watching. Everybody have a good evening. Well, thanks, Bobby.
Thank you very much.
It's good to meet you.